Enugu State obodo ọkụ na-enwu n'elu isi obodo ndị Igbo ọ ga-acha wapụ.
On behalf of the Ministry of Education and indeed Ndị Enugu, I'm only here to say thank you to His Excellency for dreaming beyond what we could dream for ourselves, for providing for our young people an opportunity to build a world-class economy based on innovation. And as His Excellency will soon unveil, this is a space where Enugu will lead, Enugu will innovate, Enugu will produce, not just for Africa, but for the world. Thank you, His Excellency, for making Made in Enugu a dream come true.
The Enugu Haier Factory has designed for the production capacity for 200,000 units per year, including the ICT products, the new energy products, and also the medical equipment. Products from this factory will supply to schools, to college, and also to hospitals, and also to business office. Will also be sold through higher thermal cool outlets all over the nation. The first production line has already entered the trial production. The equipment for the second phase will be arrived here next month, and we're welcome for everyone to visit our factory in April. You will see a totally the modern automatic production line. When fully completed, the factory will employ more than 100 the local Enugu employees, including our sales and service team. We will have over 200 employees in total. In addition, we plan to invest a larger scale new energy industry park to produce the new energy storage battery, inverters, and the solar panels in this year. The factory marks only the first stage of our investment in Enugu State. We are also discussing the cooperation on agriculture, mining, and transportation, including sesame, coal, and tree cycles. We expect our investment in Enugu State to exceed $30 million in this year.
Nigeria, we are now moving from just importing technology, consuming technology, to transferring technology, to adding value to technology. And that is what this factory stands for. So our partnership with the Chinese government, with Chinese companies, will not just be to import products, but to add value to technology and power our ecosystem. Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu, fully supports this because it aligns with his renewed hope agenda. Truth is that the president knows that I am here. He knows that the governor is doing this great work, and every support that is needed for this will be provided, and beyond this, because we have not just said that we'll take Enugu State economy from $4.4 billion GDP to $30 billion GDP. We are walking the talk.
Sir, I really want to say a very big thank you to everybody who has put hands in making Enugu a beacon of hope. I want to say thank you to everyone who has made Enugu a pride, a priority. I want to say thank you. You have really made our dreams come into existence. You have made our dreams you have made us look into the future and say, yes, we have hope. You said tomorrow is here, and I believe that the long promised tomorrow has finally come. Thank you, sir. And I pray that God helps you more to do the best for Enugu.
We are gathered here to witness the formal commissioning of the Enugu Haier Factory. But the truth is that we are witnesses to something more profound. Today's event transcends the mere formality of ribbon cutting. What we're unveiling here is a bold statement of intent. It is a declaration that Enugu State will not merely consume technology, we will produce it here in Enugu. Now, combining Chinese higher global business technical expertise with the creativity of the Enugu youth. This partnership between Enugu State and Haier represents the convergence of vision, innovation, and opportunity to generate made in Enugu technologies that would compete globally while enabling us to support key local sector development. It aligns perfectly with our administration's commitment to reposition Enugu as a premier destination for investment, industry, and knowledge-driven growth. From the very beginning of this administration, we outlined an intention to build a $30 billion economy anchored on productivity, technology, education, and enterprise. So today's commissioning is a concrete step in fulfilling that promise. Innovation is the language of the 21st century. So when we say that our smart schools are not just about classrooms, blocks, this is what we mean. These ICT assembly plants will facilitate the production of smartphones, tablets, computers, smart boards, Android television, education and health technologies, and renewable energy solutions for electricity, agriculture, and transportation. So what you're witnessing here is a huge FDI inflow. An FDI inflow that focuses on productivity. So where Enugu State will not just become a net exporter, but indeed a major exporter of technology. It means that the devices empowering our students and that support critical industries will no longer be imported. They will be assembled and produced right here in Enugu State. This is strategic because it reduces costs, it ensures sustainability, and most importantly, it builds local capacity. This factory is clearly fit for purpose. But beyond supporting our smart schools, this facility is also a live laboratory for skills development. It will serve as a practical training platform for our vocational and technical institutions. This represents a giant leap for our education, a strong validation of our children's dream and aspiration. That is why we're establishing technical, science, and vocational schools across Enugu State. The message inherent in this is salient. No child will be left behind. And no dream will be truncated on account No dream will be truncated on account of lack of requisite training facilities. The smart green schools deploy experiential learning to equip our children with 21st century skills and foundational knowledge in robotics, artificial intelligence, mechatronics, renewable energy, and regenerative agriculture. Our students will not only learn theory in classrooms, they will acquire hands-on experience in electronic assembly, hardware maintenance, quality assurance, and modern manufacturing systems. 60% of our smart green schools graduates, 60% of our children leaving smart green schools will proceed to our smart secondary schools, while 40% will proceed to smart technical and vocational education and training colleges, where experiential learning continues. As the commissioner earlier alluded to, our state law and national policy requires students to acquire at least 2 trade skills before graduation. So simply put, our children, once they get to basic 7, must have a minimum of 2 practical skills. Now, whether they get to be academically inclined and then go on to pursue their university, those skills will continue to be relevant. And they are not just practical skills in the old sense of the word. It's actually practical skills embellished with technology. As you know, technology is the language of what? The 21st century. And of course, for those of you who have followed the news, just yesterday or 2 days ago, Anthropic, we noticed, had grown their valuation. A company that was valued, I think it was 120 something billion last year. This year, their valuation has hit over 350 billion. So what does that tell you? You cannot do without technology. We also know that 4 years from now, artificial intelligence will contribute over 20 trillion to the global economy. Those are not figures you want your young ones not to play in that space. And in order for you to get your young ones to be integrated, to be part of this evolving new world order, you must be very intentional. So, the prosperity and the growth of Enugu State will be through technology and education. And that's what we're doing. And what that translates to is that the industry will find their way to what? To Enugu State. Because we're not only creating the environment, they will not need to import their workforce. They are coming to an environment where the workforce is what? Technologically savvy and ready to deliver services. So the Enugu Haier Factory was envisioned to support students in achieving these educational goals. It is also designed to provide direct industry training for Enugu TVET. Students who are obligated to spend 60% of their education in the classroom and at least 40% in industry learning contests. This is how you build a skilled workforce and how you reduce unemployment. It is also how prosperity that is inclusive and sustainable is created. The Enugu Haier Company is a powerful engine for job creation. It is a job creation that is not just peripheral. It is a job creation that comes with innovation. It would employ between 50 and 100 people in the first instance. And for context, because this is a premium job creation, it has the spillover of effect of impacting at least 10 persons directly. We're not going to talk about other snowballing effects, other people that would be employed as a result of the production here, because you're going to have the packaging, the marketing, the logistic companies that would benefit from the activities going on here. So, this factory contributes directly to our economy. It contributes directly to poverty reduction and economic development. It will stimulate small and medium-scale enterprises and supply components, packaging, transportation, maintenance services. What it means is that the various components that is going to be used in this factory would also be produced here. So we're also talking about beneficiation of our raw materials. So we're not just going to have lithium and think about exporting it, but we would have lithium and think about building the lithium batteries here. We also have other solid minerals that we can use to produce the solar here. So there will be several components. So this is going to trigger a whole number of production effects across other sectors. And that is what this represents. In addition to the jobs that would be created, there is also something even more transformative happening right here. The technology transfer. Under our agreement with the Haier Group, this is going to work in a manner that our young people would be exposed to the technology that they have built. And they are over time, I think the time frame is about 5 years. Our young people will begin to lead in this expertise. So there is a clear understanding. So this is a partnership that works. And it is a partnership that would grow to a number of other things. Through this partnership, we are gaining access to global best practices in computer manufacturing, quality management systems, and innovation processes. Our people will be trained not just to assemble products, but to understand the systems, standards, and technologies behind them. Over time, this knowledge will seed new ideas, new startups, and new industries. We are planting the seeds of an industrial revolution in Enugu. So, this is not an isolated project. It is part of a broader economic transformation strategy. We are building the infrastructure, roads, power, security, digital connectivity that investors require. And as you know, this model has also been replicated in other sectors. In a few days from now, or from today, we are going to be going to commission the Notre plant too. The Notre plant again is where we assemble our tractors right here in Enugu State. So the tractor to service our agriculture sector are all being assembled here. And that is the model that we're actually replicating across different sectors, so that we will become net exporters of these finished products. So we are reforming governance to make doing business in Enugu seamless and efficient. And we are aligning education and industry to ensure that our graduates are job creators, not job seekers. The Enugu Haier Company stands at the intersection of this important transition. A major defining feature of this facility lies in its renewable energy promise. From conception, this project was designed to align with our commitment to clean, reliable, and sustainable energy. Through this, we demonstrate that industrialization and environmental responsibility are not mutually exclusive. They are complementary. This is not just a capital investment. It is an investment of confidence. Together with Haier, we have demonstrated that global partnerships thrive in our state. Let me therefore express my special gratitude to the Vice President, Mr. Son, and the leadership of Haier Global for their unflagging commitment to this partnership. My profound gratitude also goes to the Enugu State Ministry of Education for their painstaking work and dedication. Thank you. Your dedication has made this project a reality. You are carefully curating a future for our children. This is a major FDI for Enugu State, and you've heard the Vice President say in monetary terms, it is bringing $30 million, but it's not even about the $30 million. It's the spillover effect, the snowballing effect that I have highlighted earlier on. It is also worth mentioning that the macro policies of the federal government has helped to a great degree in attracting a steady inflow of FDIs. Now, if you put the macro policies of the federal government under the renewed hope agenda, the commissioning of this factory today is by no means no exception to the ease we have achieved through these macro policies. So the steady inflow of FDIs is an indication that macro pressures that had hitherto prevailed have eased. We have seen the Naira strengthened, our foreign reserve grow exceedingly, and a downward trajectory in the inflationary trend. What we need to do now is scale up our productivity. And that's what this factory here today represents. To our students and youth, this factory is a reminder that your talent is valuable, your skills are needed, and your future can be built here at home in Enugu. To investors watching across Nigeria and beyond, let this commissioning send a clear message. Enugu is open for business. Enugu is ready for industry. Enugu is building a future for our young ones. As we commission the Enugu Haier Factory, we're not merely opening doors to a building, we're opening doors to opportunity, innovation, and reinforcing our commitment to bequeath lasting legacies to our children. Today, we commission a new future and unveil a key human capital strategy for this administration, from import dependence to local capacity, from potential to activation, from vision to reality. Production is the lifeblood of every economy, from reviving industries whose machines fell silent for decades and shut down of opportunities to our youth, today represents another decisive step towards becoming the technology and manufacturing hub of the Southeast. But we will never rest on our laurels because our actions and projects are not motivated by public acclaim. We will continue to build a state where ideas are manufactured, skills are empowered, jobs are created, dreams are realized. Very soon, the world will become familiar with these three words: made in Enugu. It is therefore with great pride and optimism I invite you all to join me for the formal commissioning and unveiling of the plaque of this Enugu Haier Factory. We dedicate this building to the glory of God and for the benefit of the people. We commission this building in the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit.
Peter Mbani bụ onye nduwe, Peter bụ ezi nwa, okwute ndị Igbo duru anyị ka ijebe. Peter Mbah bụ onye nduwe, Peter bụ ezi nwa, okwute ndị Igbo duru anyị ka ijebe. Enugu wee